Hello and welcome to the AFL Auto Blends 3D car creation channel. This is the next in the series of a blender tutorial series of a Corvette C6. And in this episode I want to address some issues I've got with the bonnet. We've got this sort of got sort of a lot of vertices hanging about there, and I don't think it's that efficient. Even though the results are not good, I still think that needs to be tightened up a little bit. Also, I want to introduce this crease in here on the guide mesh. It's no good having a guide mesh so smooth and curved there when there's obviously a sharp line there. So this episode is basically to right those wrongs before I get back into the bumper, which is causing a few issues, but it's not too bad. Okay, so let's see, there's an issue here straight away. I don't know what that is. Press Z, go into wireframe. Let's see, perhaps there's a couple of vertices there. So merge at center. So let's see if that's righted that. No, it hasn't. Press A to select everything. Shift and N. The normals, no, that's nothing. It's not right there for some reason. Let's have a look. So if I dissolve that vertice, I'm going to join these two back up. Press J to join, and then press K for the knife cut, and then just go press C and up. Let's put him up there, roughly. Now we've got, so the way to get over that is just to press all four. Ah, I see why. Right. Excuse this little diversion. So what I'm going to do is press right mouse and subdivide, put vertex there, select these two and press J, that's better. And then put the main crease in for here, so press N, go to main crease and press 1, and we've still got the issue. Perhaps it's because there's not a supporting, it's a quad, but it's a sort of a, and let's have a look, see what I can do with this. So I go to Z, probably need to round it a little bit anyway. So just select this one and just put a bit of curve on it. Yeah, still an issue there, isn't there? Okay. Don't know why that is. Perhaps it's not because it's not got a supporting loop there. So just for now, we'll just have a couple of quads here. Press J. That sorts it out. Let's see if that affects it, because there's quite a couple of tries there, but it doesn't appear to be. Okay, so what I'm going to do in this instance, I'm going to press N. Let's look for the, let's take the main crease off for now. So let's put that back to 0. Okay, press 1 to go to the numpad. Let's see. This, there's a few out of place here, so Z, wireframe, take away the visibility. So I'm going to grab all of these, again, press N to get rid of that, press Loop Tools and relax. That's not done very well, is it? Okay. So let's get rid of that join. So press F, select all those four and press F. Now let's select from here to here and press right mouse and relax. Still does that. Okay, I can see why it's doing that. Okay, so grab these three and press G twice. Just bring that in. Let's see what that's done. So press Z, press solid. Now let's see what that's done. Okay. Now I'm going to introduce this line again and see what happens. If not, that looks okay. So press N, main crease, and type 1 in and tab out. It doesn't appear to have done much. It doesn't appear to have tightened up anything there. Okay. So what I'm going to do then to achieve, wait a minute, let's put the subdivision on, surface on. No, we've still got that. Right, I don't like that, so let's put that back to 0. What I'm going to do is to put an extra loop cut in. So press E and F. There you go, and bring it up. And get it in fairly tight to there. Now tab. Okay, so that's sorted that out for now. If we want to soften that a little bit, just bring it down a little bit. So G twice and just bring it down. To about there. And that's made that edge a bit softer. So we can harden it up by just going up to here. And that looks a lot better. Okay, so now we'll get into this this mess up here. So what I want to do is to basically get rid of this line. So I'm going to press Alt and select that line. I'm going to press X. I'm going to dissolve the edges. Now we go into face select mode, so press this little box here and click the first one left here, then hold Shift and Control and left mouse, choose the whole lot. Let's press N to get rid of the box. Let's move this across to here and now zoom in a little bit, and what we're going to do is press I to indent it, just take it in a little bit, it's a bit more than that, to about there. Now we don't want this side, so if when you're in setting faces you just go down to this little drop box and untick boundary. If you notice what happens when I do it, so untick boundary, because we don't want a loop cut down there. Okay, so that's that. Now go back into edge mode, to vertex select mode. So we've got this now. Now what I want to do to tighten up this edge now is just to put a loop cut in the middle. So hover around the middle, press Ctrl and R till we get right in the middle, press left twice, left mouse click twice, tab, and there we are. That's a better solution to that, and it's sort of, we've still got a few vertices here, but we've tidied it up quite a bit. So that's that. And the next one is to address this problem. So we're going to click off the subdivision bit here. I'm going to select this loop cut, because if we look, it's this sort of loop cut. So it's where the dip is. So it's this loop cut here. So select Alt, left mouse, and select the whole lot. Then deselect these down here, because we only want it to come down to, if we look at the photo, it only comes down to about here, that crease. So down to about here. Now in this instance, so I'm going to pull this across. So in this instance we do need main crease, so we're going to press N, and we're going to bring the, click on main crease and put it up to 1 and press enter. Select visibility of the subdivision surface. Let's hide the blueprints for now, and as you can see there's a sharper line there now. Actually it's still not quite right, so I'm just going to put it up to 2, see what happens. See if that tightens it up. So 2 and enter. For some reason it's not doing it. 2, enter. Tab all the way out, press 2. No, it doesn't want to do that. So does that look sharp enough? I think for the purpose of the the shape, just because don't forget we're going to be splitting it on that line. We're going to be putting the hood in here, so that we're going to naturally split that line. So I'm quite happy with that, I think. Or shall I put another loop cut in? Let's try the bevel. We can always put this back. So turn this to 0. Hide the visibility of the subdivision surf. Press N. Move this across. And then press Control and B to bevel it. And just bevel it. Not as much as that. Just bevel it slightly. That's much better, apart from it causing a crease down here. So what I'm going to do is to join these 3 together. Select those 2 and that last, and press M, merge at last. Sorry about that. So let's have a look. Let's press tab. Put the subsurf back on, and that's much better. That's a much better solution. So if we put the met cap, so click this button over here, at the top here, for viewport shading, click on met cap, and we'll look at the blue. And that's a much better crease. There's a few little shading issues here, but generally it's okay. So there'll be a bit of fine tuning at the end here, I think. particularly this one here. I'm just going to raise it a little bit. So select it, and just raise it just a little bit to there, because that's where we want it to stop. It's probably even a bit more. To about there. So if we have a look in object mode, yeah, it's still going to be a little bit here, but by the time we cut that bonnet out, and we can do that in the fine tuning. But this bit looks okay now. That looks okay. And now we're ready to do the bumper. The reflections are going through that quite nicely, as it would a real hood. So yeah, I'm so far quite pleased. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next episode, which will be later today. Thank you.